After I watched Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is also a really great movie, you should really go check it out, I decided to draw this frame from Across the Spider-Verse. It took me 5 days to finish it. I actually started drawing this frame on June 5th, but I ended it on June 10th. I'm now uploading it 6 days later because of Regents, it's school, blah, 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 blah. So I started drawing the picture on the night of June 5th, and the reason why it quick cuts to the picture of like the star already being drawn and Spider-Man already drawn is because I didn't think about taking the YouTube video, but I decided to do it just so I can show the progress of the drawing. This video is later on in the video. So after I finished drawing Spider-Man, I finished the star and I added some of the effects in the background, and then it was on to drawing and coloring the background. So the first video really isn't much, but it's me drawing the picture in school. But you can see that I'm starting to color the background and the dots. So for some reason, I decided to draw the entire background colors at school for some reason, and I started to do the dots, but then I stopped because I decided, hey, might as well record this. And I put the drawing on for a hold for 4 days, and then on June 10th, I finally decided to start drawing the dots because you can see in this picture that the dots really aren't the best way to be drawn, so I decided to record myself drawing the dots. And it took me up to up to the drawing of the ending of the dots to finally realize how they were supposed to be drawn, because I was just going straight up, but when I've got home from school, I finally decided I'm going to use a ruler instead of just going straight up. So I had to do a lot of fixing for the dots. So before I decided to draw all the rest of the dots, I decided to add the little blue and red effects on this little green part here and finish the coloring background before I put the dots over it. So during the coloring, I realized that there were some little comic dots all over the drawing over here, so I had to go and start tapping all over the drawing with the black ink pen for the dots. Here's a video of my dog sitting underneath the gazebo with me listening to Why Bother by Weezer, which is also a great band. Check them out. So after my dog's dance, I decided to finish the little part of the little yellowish pinkish part over here with all of the dots and red and blue things on it. So after doing those coloring of those spots, I decided to do the dots before I colored the this section. I don't know why I did that, but I did it first, and I guess it kind of worked out in the end. So after the dots were done, it was on to coloring this section, and I really don't have the color pencils for this color that's in the picture, so I decided to mix it with golden brown and some green, and I guess it kind of came out good. So after 5 minutes of coloring, I finally finished this section, and all I had to do was just mix more of the colors with the golden green, golden yellow, and green. But I had to fix the top of the thing because I colored it with different colored pencils, and it kind of didn't really look like it was matching with the bottom. So all I had to do was just go over it with the golden yellow and the green. So after the drawing of the background was done, the drawing was coming out really good. Now all I had to do was just finish up the dots and color in Spider-Man. So I did the dots first, just to get it done with. So after 5 minutes or 10 minutes of drawing the dots, I finally realized I had a good way to do it. It still kind of messed it up though, but whatever. Before I finished the dots, I had to change my music from Pinkerton to Stiff Little Fingers. And with that, I was almost done with drawing the dots, which has to be the hardest part of this drawing. And with these last dots, that would mean I was done with the dots. I finally finished them. And then it was on to coloring Spider-Man. Well, Miles. Blah, blah, blah. I started first with coloring Miles' leg with my blue colored pencil. I shaded the top of the knee, and then I went over it with a blue colored pencil. And then it was to coloring the stripes on Miles' back with red. After I did this, it was time to color in Miles' spider symbol on his chest with red and blue. And then I colored in his leg and his left foot with blue. And then it was time for his chest and whole body. And the reason why Miles' costume is blue, even though it's supposed to be black, is because on the picture, Miles is like all the colors around Miles are like inverted, including his costume. And all I had to do now is just color his face and his arm, and I'd be done. And with that being done, this is the final outcome of the drawing. After I was done with the drawing, I spent the rest of my day sitting by a fire during nighttime. Well, day to night, whatever. But I hope you enjoyed this video and the process of me drawing it, and I hope you enjoyed the drawing. I think it looked pretty good. But thank you for watching. You know, comment, like, and subscribe. I have 9 subscribers. I want to reach 10, please. But yeah, have a good day or night. Good night, whatever.